Forever Tramps RV, which you probably know us from Instagram, and that's why you're here, maybe. I'm still living in our Sticks and Bricks house, clearly. This is our art room. This is where we play Mario. It's where Al does his music stuff. But yeah, so somebody on Instagram suggested that I do a video of what we're doing to prepare to leave to move into our RV. So if you don't know anything about us, my name is Alice. My partner's name is Aloysius, or Al. We're preparing to move into an RV and live in it and travel full-time by the spring of 2019. So right now it's January 7th of 2019, and we only have a few months to go. So I've been working on some stuff in this handy dandy notebook of stuff that we gotta think about and do and whatever before we leave. So we'll just jump right in. I organized it in 5 categories. So I have organization, money, things, timeline, and conceptual things. So first off, we'll start with organization. The biggest part about moving into an RV or a tiny house, at least for us, is downsizing. We've both lived in Minnesota our whole lives. Me, I've lived in the city of Minneapolis my whole life, and in the same house for the last 5 years. So I've collected a lot of like random junk that I have no use for. And so I've kind of come up with a system on how to get rid of that. So I have keep, sell, donate, or trash. So clearly keep means you need it, you want it, you keep it, right? Sell, things that you don't really have use for in an RV, but someone could still use. So like, I don't know, this lamp, for example, or this lamp, or that TV, or this couch right here, or the thing I'm sitting on. We don't really need those things in the RV, but they're cute and someone might want them. So donate is stuff that no one would buy, but are still functional and useful. So like old winter jackets or sheets. Someone could use that, but no one really wants to buy a set of old sheets. So, and then trash, which is clearly just trash, things that no one would buy, even if they're in good condition, if no one will use them, if they're old, if you know they're out of style, just throw them away. I know it's hard, but just do it. So next in organization is like big items. Like, what do we do with big items? So I have a few pieces of furniture, like a vanity, a love seat, whatever, that I don't want to get rid of, at least not yet. I feel like inevitably, oh, my cat got in here. Inevitably, we may move back into Sticks and Bricks someday, and I don't want to get rid of these things. So we're keeping them in my dad's basement, and then some stuff in Al's basement, or Al's parents' basement. So, and then also we had a car, and we debated doing like the drag behind thing with the car, but we thought it would be more economical to sell it and use the money to pay for our RV. So we sold our car and got $4,000, and then we actually bought our RV just out of pocket. So we had that $4,000 to spend on things that we needed for the RV, which I'll get into later. So that was kind of all the big things. And then as far as our furniture goes in our house, we won't need it. We're moving into a motorhome. Everything is already built in for you. And so like these desks or our dining room table, bookshelf, things like that. I have this friend who was homeless. He's like a first-generation immigrant from Africa, and for a long time he just lived in his van and whatever. So he's hopefully gonna move in here and take over all of our furniture, so that'll kind of benefit both of us. But for someone who doesn't really have that option, start getting rid of things as soon as possible. Try to keep as little as you can in a storage space. Yeah, just really try to downsize. Like, even if you decide in 3 years you want to move into an RV, start getting rid of, because we only have 3 months left and we still have a lot of stuff. So that was kind of our organization category. So next we have money. Money is kind of the biggest thing, I feel like, because we want to have a certain amount when we leave. We want to have a certain amount for the renovation itself. And then we want money to be able to live on the road with. So as far as the money that we want to leave with, we want to have like $4,000 in savings just for breakdowns, because no matter how old or how new your RV is, how far or how not far you go, you will break down. I've been watching YouTube and listening to podcasts and reading articles and blogs, and everyone breaks down. And I know we will, because we have a 1986 Chevy Coachman. So it's older than I am. So we are gonna need money for that. So we want to leave with about $4,000, which sounds like a lot. And then we want at least $1,000 for the renovation. So I'm kind of depending on my tax refund and the fact that I'm gonna work every single day as a bartender until we leave, and hopefully that'll make enough money. And then as far as our working on the road goes, I got a job as a transcriptionist, which I'm already doing, so I'm kind of working 2 jobs, and got promoted once already. So my goal is to get promoted to the 3rd level of being a transcriptionist, which is through rev.com. So if any of you, I was an English major when I went to college for like the 2 semesters that I did go to college, and so that's kind of how I got my background. It is really hard work. Some people think it would be easy, but it's not. You have to be really accurate with your grammar and your vocabulary and your listening skills and stuff like that. So I would recommend it if you have those skill sets, but if not, you know, it might not be the best option for you. But that's what I'm gonna do when we're on the road. And so that's why I got a tablet with its own cell data plan, and then the mobile booster, so that I can work on the road. So that kind of brings us into our next category, which is just called things. But more specifically, collect RV-specific items we need in order to live comfortably on the road. So that does mean the WeBoost cell signal booster, which I already have, the tablet, which I just explained, our solar panels, which I haven't purchased yet, our composting toilet, the Nature's Head, which I have, and the generator, which I have not yet. So I have about $1,000 left of purchases that I have to make for the big necessary items that we need in the RV. So after that, our savings will be a little bit depleted, but we'll have the most important things that we need. So that kind of brings me into our next category, which is timeline. So we have about 115 days before we leave. So I'm gonna stop taking shifts on the 18th of April, which is about 2 months from now, to be able to prepare the move and everything like that. And then after that, we move up to Al's parents' house for 2 months and to do the renovation, and then we leave to go on the road. So our final category is conceptual things. The first and biggest I kind of thought was preparing our minds for this adventure. We've both always been introverts and homebodies, and that's not something you can really be, I feel like, on the road as much. You can, but in a different way. So we're kind of preparing for that, and then also preparing to say goodbye to everything that I've known my whole life. I've lived in this city my whole life. So saying goodbye to my friends and my family and my job, a lot of things. It's gonna be really hard, but after that, preparing to eat without using a refrigerator or a microwave. So we're already kind of doing that because I don't want to have either of those things when we're on the road. And then after that, we're also practicing the one thing in, one thing out concept that a lot of RVers have employed in their lives. So like, you buy a new pair of boots, you throw the old pair away, or you buy a new pan, throw the old pan away. You just don't want unnecessary clutter. So, and then I've kind of been planning our route as well, and the money we'll need for gas and such along the route. And then our goals with the camper as far as renovation goes. So you kind of already probably figured it out with the solar panels, the composting toilet, the generator and stuff like that. We are planning to boondock for long periods of time. We're planning to stop at Walmart's, at BLM land, all sorts of different boondocking spots that we don't actually have to pay to stay anywhere and plug in. So that's kind of a lot of me talking, but people wanted to know what it took and what it is taking for us to prepare to leave. And it's a lot. It's this weird feeling of like stress and being overwhelmed, but also being really excited and anxious. And it's like the time that we have seems so long, but it also seems like we don't have enough time to do everything we need to do. So it's this really like mixed feeling. Once again, I'm Alice from the Rubber Tramps. We have an Instagram if you want to follow us there. It's just at the Rubber Tramps RV, at the Rubber Tramps RV on Instagram. And then I also have a blog that I don't really use that much, but I probably will start once I actually have things to blog about. That's the thing, like I know this video isn't super exciting, it's just me sitting in a room, but that's what this is right now. That's what our RV life is right now, is us sitting in a room trying to figure out what we want, what we need, what we don't need, what we have to save up for. It's honestly, this is our life right now. So if you're planning to move, I hope this video helped you a little bit in the things that you should probably focus on. I've also been reading a lot of books. There's a couple of books that were written by van lifers and RVers that have kind of helped me what we need to do concept-wise. So one of them is How to Live in a Car, Van, or RV, and the other is Living the RV Life. So look those both up on Instagram because they're both really good books and they have a lot of helpful information in them. But yeah, so find us on Instagram, find our blog. I'm not on Facebook, so don't try to find me there. But yeah, or subscribe, because as things keep happening, I'll keep posting more interesting videos, hopefully. So yeah, safe travels, fam, and I guess we will see y'all next time.